We're gonna talk over it. I don't care. I forgot how long this intro cut was. I like it though. It gets so good. Or does it take a while? Yeah.
Last week we didn't live.
No, the mics are on. We're talking over this. I like it.
Are we YouTubing it right now?
Everything's on.
Can I tweet it?
Sure.
Did you have the link? Did you already tweet it out or no?
You'll get one in the email. If you've subscribed to the Papa's Football Podcast, you should have that email.
You guys want to save that?
Wow, that is just the least professional intro I've ever done. And goddamn, I've been doing this 10 years. There was a time I was way worse than this, and yet somehow I took the intros a little more seriously. Everyone, my name is John Papa Giorgio, and this show is called Papa's Football Podcast. Again, not a creepy S&M thing, just my name, Papa Giorgio, became Papa's. It's not that fucking hard to noodle, right? Like, why do I have to explain that part?
You don't have to explain that part.
Okay, cool, yeah.
John's got a football podcast, no? Oh, shut up, Brian.
With me today, we have Brian Bolte.
Woohoo!
I like giving you that queer little accent mark, the tilde.
Accent agu is correct. Most people call me Bolt.
No, it's
It
Bolte,
isn't.
Boltois.
T.
If you were a French fur trapper.
I've never been that lucky. I never trapped any French fur.
I have actually hooked up with two girls of French descent, and this is one of those things that I get to say that is legit true. They both had the smelliest, like non-bacterially caused boxes that I've ever fucked with.
How do you distinguish?
Well, these were just like if you did is it the Mary Catherine Gallagher from SNL? Like just wedge your finger in a non-deodoranted armpit for like 5 minutes and you pull it out. That's what their box smelled like.
Oh.
Like I remember fingering one of these chicks, and the next day I made myself a sandwich in college because that's what a Mac I was. I fingered a little puss and then ate some hoagie. And I was just like, what the fuck is that? And I threw it away thinking the meat was bad. And then I sniffed my finger and I'm like, holy fucking shit. And then it was 30 minutes of finding something that would actually take that stench off my fingers. Palm olive, kids. Palm olive, good enough to cut grease and dirty French twat right off your fingers. You got it right out of the cuticle bed. Yeah.
That shows you how far advanced you were. Because I remember doing that in high school. And going home later and going, just having a good old session just off the smell.
Oh no.
Of course, I never hooked with a French chick.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, don't get me wrong. There's some, like, the box is good when it's neutral. And occasionally you'll get that box that, like, it smells good. And you're like, that is box, but it is a nice thing. And a lot of times you get, like, the fair to Midland box where you're like, all right, that's kind of like a Long John Silver's dumpster, but not, like, in a repugnant way. But I know I'm not smelling a baguette right now. And yeah, that was the first time where I was like, holy shit, this is what every joke about bad pussy is based upon. There is some wretched cunt out there. So back to Brian Bolte. That is your legal Christian name and that which you work under. Brian is a DC area comedian, a podcaster. What the hell else do you do, sir? You're good enough to join the show today?
Nothing.
All right then. Well, I got what he do then. That's all covered. We are also joined today by the lovely Jay. Jay Sank.
Jay.
Jay, comedian and improviser. What else do you do, Jay?
That's it, all day long.
All right.
24/7.
Again.
Jay rhymes with gay.
It does.
It makes me laugh. Are you on Papa's Basement's YouTube?
Yeah. I'm on Papa's Basement's
PF
YouTube.
Pod. Okay.
Yeah, no, there is no PF Pod YouTube. If you're listening to this, that's because you are following the YouTube feed for Papa's Basement. That is my main radio show in papasbasement.com. That's kind of like the well, I wouldn't say it's raunchier because I don't really get to swear on that one, but there's not even the pretense of football talk for that one, and that is just a regular
It's
show.
just all French vagina talk.
Yeah, but like getting creative, like I can't use the word like Kuntaruski or something like that. It'd be frowned upon. The FCC, they'd have to noodle that through.
He would have stuck his finger in her silly, and it was a little bit money. See, he doesn't know about the.
I know. I got every word of that.
Yeah.
That wasn't that.
In her silly. See, you were going here. He doesn't know about the lingo, does he?
I know all.
And when he took this, it didn't smell so money. It was a little bit hurting.
Yeah, the hurting is that part is accurate.
This is short right now. Is just for John and I.
Yeah.
So I know we're like months removed from the season. I think it's 91 days. Not that I'm counting or any shit. And I thought it'd be fun to do the show. Brian might not be long for the area, and I love Brian. I love doing the show with him. And it's the NFL, dude. Like, there's never not something to cover.
No.
And we took like a 6-month hiatus or some shit.
We did.
So, like,
we did. So
we still haven't talked to Aaron Hernandez, for fuck's sake. We
hit him last show
weekend.
Briefly.
Very briefly.
Very briefly. That was probably enough, though.
So this week, I just want to talk like a couple bits of news that came up, and then we'll delve into the football fandom of Jeff Sank. Like, I know those that have listened to the show know that Brian and I are pretty loyal Redskins fans, born and raised in DC, back when they were good. Like, if you're 22, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Pick the Seahawks. You know, like, you got my blessing, man. Like, you don't have to be a homer for a garbage team that doesn't have a soul either. Like, it's one thing if you're born and raised in Chicago and you're like, fuck the Bears. Because you know what? No, fuck you. Like, Chicago's a good city, and that team has some heart to it. But if you're like, I'm born in DC and I'm 18 and fuck the Redskins, I'm like, good on you. This is a young up-and-comer.
No, not good on them. This is your hometown. Support your hometown.
Pick the Ravens.
Fuck the Ravens.
You don't want to commit to a bad team. Trust me. I'm a lifetime Bullets fan.
I'm a Caps. I'm a Washington sports fan across the board.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, we'll get to
Wizards.
We'll get to Sank's filthy secret in a bit later in the broadcast.
That's so dirty.
But I guess I'm a DC sports fan. You know, if you're that into the teams here, like, there's just never any postseason that matters. It's hard to get fired up. I don't know. Like, I guess I'm more of an Orioles fan than a Nats fan. It doesn't fucking matter. Nats will choke in the postseason. Orioles will break my heart. Nothing good will ever happen. And the one time the Ravens won the Super Bowl, my friend torpedoed my dreams of watching it in Baltimore. So, yeah.
Why? How do you torpedo your dreams?
So I'm glad you asked. So I have a friend named Jordan. Jordan's a great guy. He has a fucking crazy, like, Jordan is what you wanted to be growing up, or what your parents wanted you to be. Like, he actually did get into computers. Like, you know how parents were just like, I don't want my kid to be a bum and I want him to afford an old age home for me when I'm old. How are they going to do that? Fucking computers. Jordan did that. Jordan went into fucking computers and makes like money hand over fist and just has a sick fucking pad in Baltimore. Like, anyone listening at home who's got yellow fever, you would kill to live like Jordan. He's in an apartment house. Everyone else in this place is just an Asian kid that goes to Johns Hopkins, and the parents rented it out.
So how did he torpedo your plans to actually?
So we went to Jordan's, a couple friends and I, the weekend of the AFC and NFC championship. We watched those games. Baltimore was going to get the Super Bowl because, you know, you usually have to win the AFC championship if you're an AFC team in the Super Bowl. And I like to dumb it down sometimes.
I was going to say, unless you're the Patriots and you get the tuck rule.
Exactly. Yeah. And then everything is cheated and given to you. And we'll get to that another day too. Yeah. The Marge Simpson. So I'm like, shit, we haven't seen you in a bit, dude. Your pad is money. Like, you have a break room filled with Asian girls bent over playing pool with their like bony Asian asses. Like, I'm down for all of this. And he's like, well, yes, 2 weeks from now, you will come over and it will be great. And of course, like, I'm picturing a Ravens win and like getting shot down by the Asian chicks, but then going into the hood and getting, you know, head from the hood rats. That's just what I picture. Like, an orgy
for the stars.
Yeah, just like a fucking,
just the best that's gonna happen.
Citywide orgy. Yeah, like, no Freddie Gray shit when your team wins. Just hand jobs coming off the trees.
Course, yeah.
Just jack, like maracas. Just chicks passing it around. So we're gunning for that, and then like that weekend, maybe Friday, Jordan's like, you know what? I'm actually going to come back to town to visit my mom, and then I'm going to visit you guys. So no Baltimore, but I'll come by. And I'm like, well, shit, that's kind of a bummer, but I'm going to like fat boy it up. And so we ordered, I think, like $50 or $60 worth of subs from Jimmy John's or some shit shack. I don't really know. And we're sitting there waiting like a fat girl on prom night. Like, where's Jordan? Where's Jordan? And like 20 minutes before kickoff, Jordan just sends a text. He's like, oh, I got caught up with work. I'll just be in Baltimore. Like, I didn't come back this weekend. I'm like, you fucking cunt. Like, you couldn't have told me this like 2 days prior. I would have gone up. Even my brother, who doesn't give a shit about football, did it in his own degenerate way, goes to, I think, like, oh God, the Scores Club in Baltimore and just like sits there with, like 10 black dudes eating fried shrimp, watching. What is that? That was bizarre.
I believe.
Oh, they're testing mics in the next room very loudly.
Studio over going with the feedback.
Yeah, like, so what happens when I hold the mic up to the speaker?
If I put the mic up to the mic?
Yeah, god damn, like the fucking Sonic Youth here. Fuck you.
So there's like the iconic scores that Howard Stern used to speak of.
I think
Baltimore.
I've been to the Scores in Baltimore.
Have you?
And actually, it's funny. The only reason we went there is because we wanted to watch UFC, and there were two options. There was Hooters, which was packed, and we couldn't get in, and then there was the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the strip club.
Yeah, is it okay or?
I've lived in Southern California, and I've been to Vegas a few times.
Yeah.
So by those standards, not great.
Okay,
but by East Coast standards and by Baltimore standards, it was all right.
All right. I tell people that because I have done my fair share. Okay, can I pause for? Can you guys talk for 2 seconds while I tell them to shut the living fuck up? All right.
How's it going, Brian?
So, man, how's it going? Tell me all about Baltimore Scores.
Baltimore Scores.
Is it like a
nice layout, a lot of TVs, very nice facilities.
I'm trying to think. There's a San Diego strip club that was right by my office in the middle of the burbs.
Really?
It was called Cheetahs.
Every city's got a Cheetahs.
And
every Southern California.
Well, I used to make fun of it based upon, okay, there's this little shithole with this pink roof on it.
With no windows.
But I used to roll into work, and I used to work on Central Time, so I'd get to lunch early. And as I'm walking to get my sandwich, all these, we'll call them California 6s and 7s, are parking.
So the hottest girls I've ever seen then.
They're parking their 2010 Mercedes SUVs
right,
that their horrible implants afforded them. So now that we get off base,
I thought LA titties like that were fake were good. Why did you say horrible implants?
I'm not an implant guy, and
second that.
Yeah, and
I think John's disgusted.
Well, no, there's just a great piece of poetry. I like real ones that look fake and fake ones that look real. That's kind of how I live my life.
And I are on the same page. John, if they don't have that glow underneath them in the strip club, he doesn't want to lap dance.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Sorry, we went off football and went on to Southern California.
No, that's fine, man. I was just gonna say my all-time strip club experience was at the Hustler Club in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, it was $20 bottoms on lap dances. I'm like, what do I care if the bottoms this is better? I don't want shit all over my pants, and I'm not gonna penetrate you. And then you could suck tits, which like you think like as an adult you'd be like, ooh, whose mouth went there? I don't give a fuck if I saw a hobo nursing for dear life 5 seconds prior. It's a titty in my mouth. A titty of my pick.
Difference between him and I. That would freak me the fuck out. I tell them to get their filthy, germ-ridden,
bust some Windex out. Come on.
Yeah, you are Greek. You even do
exactly. That's how you disinfect shit. So the NFL news of the day. That's how I missed out on the Baltimore Super Bowl, and the only good thing that'll happen probably in my sports lifetime in the DMV. That's it.
Yeah, you'll get a Skins victory. Like you'll be like 80. You'll be like those guys who've been rooting for the Cubs their whole life.
Oh God. Just Dan Snyder's not that much older than me, and nothing will happen.
Is he even older than you?
Yeah, Dan Snyder's got to be like 50. That's wishful thinking.
I don't think so.
He's in his 50s. He's in his 50s at least, if not 60.
I think so.
He's definitely not 60. I'm worried he ain't even 50.
I don't think he's 50. I think he's in his mid 40s.
I'm gonna go 59.
It's weird when you're short as shit. Like you kind of don't show your age. Like you're just perpetually like Hobbit years old.
I'm gonna go 47.
All right, who's?
I went 59.
Okay, and I was gonna go with like 50 flat. He's 52.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So not that much, not meaningfully older.
So he's
like his riches will make up that 15, 16 year gap he's got on me like that.
So he's been the owner for that long and that young. I didn't realize.
He bought that shit when he was like my age.
Yeah, he was like in his 30s, early 30s.
Oh, why did they give it to him? Why?
I'd give it to him.
You got to give him credit. He's gotten better. He's gotten better at his job.
I guess
he has. Now that we have Bruce Allen once again as our GM, I know you're not a Skins fan, but like we had a GM. We won a playoff. We went to the playoffs. Oh, fire that guy. Let's give it back to the guy that fucked.
I mean,
the
I
team
know
up.
Sank's Jewish, but like, why couldn't the Good Old Boys Club have been like anti-Semitic that one time?
Once you have
Like,
enough
we've
money,
already got Kraft. Get him the fuck out.
once you've got enough money, you can just
I
buy your way
get,
past
fuck, now they got Shahid Ali Khan or whatever the hell, the Mario Brothers mustache guy that owns the Jaguars. Yeah, the fucking Iron Sheik. Yeah. Oh, shit. So the news of the week, we had what the fuck, a Bills receiver drowned or some shit. Like he's already out of the league.
He
I
was
mean,
but
it's one way to get roster space.
well, he was a second rounder and he was out of the league completely. He didn't need roster space, and it's in like Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah, that was his hometown. Like I know some chick via the interwebs because I'm one of those guys that just talks to girls online from like the IM days. And they're still my friends and shit. And she had posted that article. I guess you drowned in her backyard or some crap from like the Fort Wayne Fart, whatever their local paper is. Yeah, I don't. If you want to punch up the guy's name, he was an 2008 second round receiver draft pick and had what, like 10
Here he is.
receptions his entire career. Like
James Hardy.
James Hardy
Found-
of the sandwich shop fame.
Well, and I didn't.
That's the news of the week.
That's the news of the week.
Well,
No,
it's
there's a
kind of
couple other
dude.
nuggets.
If you're it wasn't that long ago. He was the 41th overall pick. As the
I
08
like
draft.
the 41th.
41th. It's a thing, John.
What did you do for your 21th birthday?
My 21th birthday was crazy. James Hardy and I went swimming. Hold on.
Oh, shit.
No, we didn't. Too soon. Sorry.
Yeah, so he washed out of the league and out of a creek, and he is dead. And I guess they're going to chop his brains out and check it for CTE and all that dog shit. Because I guess we're supposing he wasn't just fucked up and chilling in a creek. Doesn't it sound weird though? Like drowning in a creek. Like, I'm sorry. I know some creeks are actually large. The creek behind my house was a fucking puddle when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like even the really, really retarded kids at my school could not drown in that creek.
No, you got to work hard to. To try. That's not the news of the week.
No,
There's got to
it's-
be better stuff than
there's
that.
better
It's the off season.
Anything
Yeah.
going on in the Cowboy OTAs is news of the week for me.
Okay. You guys stole that tackle.
We'll
La-
get to that.
Lael.
Lael.
Yeah.
And now
He literally sounds like fucking Superman's dad. Lael,
What?
Jor-El,
Hold on.
Al
Kal-El.
Collins.
usually when there's apostrophe, they're like, I've seen Anthony, and they're going for Anthony. What were
Yeah.
they trying to go with? Lael. What name? L-A apostrophe E-L.
Laura Lee. I don't know.
Lael. Anyway, Lael Collins is going to be. You guys got rid of your Pro Bowl right tackle. What's his
Well, he
name?
retired. Doug Free.
Yeah, the AIDS got him. I'm sorry, he died.
Well, yeah, I guess we can roll to that because the
Oh,
only
sorry,
other
John. What
news
were we
type
so-
shit is the Ryan brothers.
Oh, you got to hit that.
The Ryan brothers. Rex,
Fucking brawling together.
Rex and
Did you see the video?
Rob.
Though?
I didn't.
I
see the
did.
video.
It wasn't that good a fight. It was like watching a couple of sea lions when they like fight to breed some bitch.
Yeah.
And isn't that always cracks me up that you see those two going at it like life and limb, and then you look over and it's just this piece of sea lion pussy like rolling around like I'm so sexy, I'm a fucking sea lion. You're like, that's an animal, that's disgusting. But I respect the fighting they're doing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I guess to them, like that's the stripper with the the
guess.
SUV and tits.
I just feel like if you're famous and you're going to get videotaped getting into a fight, you got to like really.
Like Rumble.
Yeah, you
Yes,
got to really.
they were
like,
what,
like
a
Mike Tyson
house-
and Mitch Green. You ever see that one?
I'm
That's
trying to
what you want.
remember. I've seen off the top of my head. I remember Tyson Burbick, and that's that's when he became the youngest heavyweight in the world, and he had like raging gonorrhea
Yeah.
at the time.
No, you got.
And they announced that ringside. And the Spinks fight, like the Spinks. If you ever want to just see the all-time ass whooping, look up Tyson Spinks because I think like Spinks had abdicated
yeah.
the belt to fight someone
All
else.
those early the Trevor Burbick one's great just because Burbick just couldn't figure out how to stand up afterwards.
Yeah.
That was a
Sorting
classic.
it out.
But Mitch Green is someone he punched just out on the street.
Real? Oh shit!
Yeah.
But he had box Mitch Green
He
too.
had,
Yes.
he had, and then Mitch Green saw him like a clothing store and wanted a
Yes.
rematch or something, and Tyson was like, "All right, we can have a rematch right now."
Yeah.
And they didn't have video of the fight, but they have a video of Mitch Green's face afterwards.
And he's just
It's
fucking
just,
yeah.
It just looks like a shovel hit him. It's unbelievable.
John, let me read you from Bleacher Report.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna quote the Bible and call me a sinner.
John 3:16,
Mm-hmm.
Bleacher Report. It's unclear what prompted the attack. The clip shows Rob putting his hand around another man's neck before being yanked
Sounds
off.
like a rough fucking.
It does.
Good day of cruising.
Well, nowadays, I think you got to choke him out. Rex is now an employee of ESPN, while Rob seems to be out of the running. Sorry, I just got a text. Running out of the town alongside his brother. Both of their coaching careers
Pulling a joke on me.
may be over.
Yeah, no.
With Rob likely furthest away from the football sideline.
Which
No.
one's the which
coaching
one's the one with the
ship's
long
out.
hair? Is that Rob?
That's Rob.
Rob was the Cowboys D coordinator.
Yes.
I can't remember his name. That was he is a disaster.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Like
he's terrible.
they waltz in and then they're the style of coach, what I would call the anti-Belichick. Belichick is like, all right, who the fuck is my personnel? I'm smart enough where I understand this game from multiple angles. Oh, I've got 4-3 personnel. Cool. We're running a 4-3 this year.
Right.
These fucktards come in. They understand one goddamn scheme. They're like, oh, we have 4-3 personnel. Flush it. I'm 3-4. They fucking blow up a team. It's like a 4-year rebuild. It's the same shit Lovie Smith did in Tampa Bay, where it's like, give it time. It's only year 3. He needs to instill his person. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Work with what you got. You're not that fucking gifted.
Yeah.
You're like the dude in Madden who just picks the same goddamn play over and over. And then you're like, it works sometimes. I mean,
No, they're both atrocious. And look, since the Cowboy defense has always been like the worst part of that team for the last 15 years, I fucking hate it. And Cowboys are always overrated because their defense is always overrated. But that was like the low point. That and Dave Campo. Those. Yeah.
So yeah,
Dave Campo
I
head
guess
coach
we
now.
should reveal your dirty secret. That you're somehow a Cowboys fan.
Well, I
mean, I guess we're still friends.
I've never. What was?
I've never known.
How did it happen?
I've never known a piece of shit before. Why don't you tell us your story?
Living in Dallas.
Oh, really? You've never been to a Skins game? Because there's about 60% pieces of shit in that game.
Well, because it's all transient people, but transient people that root for the people. Living in Dallas and like going to a game in Arlington, what was it like?
Okay, I've never lived in Dallas. I lived in San Antonio.
Okay, San Antonio.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you have just liked the Spurs and been done with it?
Because I was about 5 years old, and I don't even think anyone knew what the Spur was, but the Cowboys were big time.
So you at least lived in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not that big.
That puts you ahead of 95% of Cowboys.
Well,
fans,
and
though.
also in the 70s, when I was just able to start understanding what's going on in the
fucking
world.
How old are you?
Fucking old.
Okay. You don't look it. You have a good hairline on you.
Thank you.
He's the youngest looking dude.
I know.
You and I were like fucking 70s.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw Star Wars in the theater.
Jesus.
But
He finger banged a chick too.
yeah, French chick smelled great. 70s, it was the
Weird.
Steelers and the Cowboys. Like that was it.
That was I
Yeah.
know. That was
And I remember actually we were going back and forth between Texas and New Haven, Connecticut. Divorced parents, don't ask. And it was the Steelers and the Cowboys.
Were they trying to get you the most diametrically different life experience possible?
Oh, you have no idea. I won't even go into that one. It'd be a separate show.
That's a Papa show. We need, you need you for that one.
Yes. So it was the Steelers or the Cowboys. Like that was it. That you're a little kid. You know what I mean? It's whatever's around you. And those were my two choices. And I remember distinctly in Connecticut at one point, everyone was rooting for the Steelers, and I was like, well, fuck this. I'm going to root for the team that other people aren't rooting
Which
for.
parent lived in Connecticut?
My dad lived in Texas. My mom lived in Connecticut. Yeah. Completely diametrically opposed. Anyways, so those were the options. All right. And San Antonio kind of won out.
Okay. So. You went with the place where.
And it's not like it's been an easy road. I mean, for most of my adult life, the Cowboys have sucked. We had a nice run in, from 89 to 96.
Oh, okay.
97. That's it.
I'm trying to. When were the actual Super Bowl? It was 93, 95, 96, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
no, 93, 94, 96.
Yeah, and it fell apart before the last Super Bowl because Jerry Jones ran.
Have you ever read that fucking amazing book? I think, God damn it. The Glory Days and the Party Nights of the Dallas Cowboys. Shit.
I don't think
but there's like an actual. That's like the subtitle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have. But
shit, it is the best fucking book. Like even I, who don't really care for them at all, it was amazing reading how badly Jerry Jones and his ego fucked that team.
Oh yeah, I mean look, that team was so good that Barry Switzer won a Super Bowl with them.
It's really, and he was fucking garbage.
Oh,
like,
horrible.
He came in and so they had the 2 Super Bowl wins in a row,
right?
With that core of Michael Irving, Emmitt Smith,
concussion
captain,
Troy Aikman,
Was this the Dion years or no?
Dion was a little late. He was in the
A little bit
he was in
later.
the Switzer one. I think he won it with when they had.
He
Switzer.
might have just gotten that one ring.
But
Okay.
that early, they had, I mean, Leon Lett, Ken Norton Jr. I mean, it was just stacked. I mean, the whole team was just, it was endless.
Ronnie Lott?
No, they
No,
had
he was-
the safety was
40. Who was it that
he's gonna
got from
kill
the
me later
fucking
when I can't
49ers?
remember. Charles Haley.
Haley.
I mean, Charles Haley alone.
Haley was a fucking nut bar. You need to read
he's
this
crazy.
book.
Oh no, then I have read parts of that.
Okay,
book.
yeah.
Because he
I Am a
used to
Naked
walk
Warrior.
around pantsless in the
Yeah.
locker
And he
room.
would just jack off in
Yeah.
front of people and then like wipe his shit on people's faces. And stuff.
Who
Like,
doesn't do
he
that?
was fucking. It was not to be racist. He was a literal silverback gorilla, just like doing whatever the fuck. he
Larry
wanted.
Johnson used to do that on the Knicks too. Anyways. Oh, and they were stacked. They were just stacked with talent. They were unbelievable. And and Jerry Jones, the idiot, just ran Jimmy Johnson out of town. And the truth is, Jerry Jones did it twice because he did to Bill Parcells too, who had completely rebuilt that team and made them amazing in spite of what people.
Boys will be
try to tell
boys.
you. Oh, is that what it's called?
Boys will be boys. Glory days, party nights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, so fucking good.
Man, we got 3 Super Bowls. I can't complain. But
Yeah, exactly.
It should have been like the Patriots. It should have been like 10, 15 years of greatness. But
No, and he ran out Jimmy Johnson, who was like the fucking personnel guy and the coach, just pure hubris. So everyone who's listening at home and like worried about the state of the government right now, like just relax. Like once Trump hits like his 20th or so year,
are we
He's
going to do
gonna-
politics? Because I can do
he's-
politics too.
no, we can just keep it calm. I'm just saying, like the kids will take over. Apparently, they'll talk him out of not doing Manziel for the Supreme Court. It'll all be great. Just give him that time. Just give him that time.
I'd vote for a cowboy for president.
Don't be
Depending on the
crazy, but at
Cowboys.
least you understand like the ownership thing. At least our ownership doesn't.
Oh no,
say
yeah,
he's
I know
the
what you're
GM.
going through. I know what you're going through. No, it's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
The one thing, and I hate to admit this about the Cowboys,
Mhm. They have more Super Bowl rings than us.
I want to
will
say
admit that
this:
too.
fuck the Cowboys.
Yes.
Before I say this, but if you're gonna make a team, and if Jerry Jones is their head GM, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself, put the 5 biggest, meanest, ugliest guys in your offensive line that you can find.
Oh yeah, they're
And same thing with their D line, whatever. Just
Well,
put-
no, their D line sucks, and the defense.
well,
has
you
been the
can't
problem for
you can't
years.
draft a offensive lineman in the first
No,
round.
I thought
probably
the
round.
secondary was really good right now.
The Cowboys.
Yeah, is it?
The entire thing left.
Oh, okay.
Literally, both
They're
safeties and
number-
both.
They're number one.
First of
guy,
all,
2
both,
interceptions.
both
That's it.
safeties and both corners are gone.
Oh, I can live with that.
Just
Yeah, okay.
All right. So they're all gone.
And their
Plus,
first round draft pick's name's Taco.
His name's Taco. Hey, he's who I'm counting for. They have a few. Rod Marinelli does an amazing job. Everyone should just fucking bow down to him. He's old as dirt, and he makes that defense so much better than it should be because they don't have any good players. They have Sean Lee, who's undersized and gets hurt every season. He made it through last year. I hope he makes it through again. I love him, but let's face it, he's literally last year was by far their best defensive player. It's just not even close.
Shit.
And
okay.
and previous to him, DeMarcus Ware,
I
if
thought-
they hadn't had DeMarcus Ware in their defense for those years,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have won a game. He would just bail them out. To me, DeMarcus Ware and Romo would bail them out in games over and over during those lean years.
Oh, so you're not one of those guys that motherfucks Romo.
No, I don't think Romo's great, but I think the fact that people were blaming him for them not being good was laughable. Their defense was atrocious. You can't. I mean, it was awful. They would lose. They lost to every bad quarterback in the league. They lost to Cutler. They lost to who was that Rams quarterback who I think he's on the Eagles now.
His name was Kurt Warner. Goddamn.
no, not
Mark
even close to
Bulger,
Kurt.
was that?
No, I think they did lose. No, Bulger was okay.
Yeah.
They lost every bad quarterback in the league. And so the Rod Marinelli has once again bailed them out. Their defense is
I was going
usually-
back a ways with that.
Yeah, their defense has bailed is terrible year after year, and even last year it was ranked pretty well.
Mhm.
But people
No,
always
I
forget.
recall that. They seem to be coming together. It was terrifying as a guy who hates them. Like what they had on the offensive line.
their offense is great.
Yeah. Like you
But
said, they
hold
got
on.
Lyle Collins undrafted. What?
Your number one wide receiver was Cole Beasley last year. Are they that great? It's
Because-
the line. And
but
it's the
It
run.
is the era of the little fucking fear the little white
You
dude
gotta
in the slot.
But
Cole
he
Beasley,
had-
you gotta watch. Cole Beasley can't even really hold the ball. You gotta watch the way he holds
He had
that thing.
700,
I watch
800
Cole
yards.
Beasley all the fucking time. I have a weird obsession with
Cole Beasley is first of all, he's a
he
very
does.
good athlete. You can go on the internet right now and watch video of him dunking. He can throw down. That guy is a great. And
He's
for a
like
little
what,
guy.
5'8" or something?
Yeah, he's little.
I was
and he
gonna
doesn't weigh
say,
anything.
Anytime you can see a guy that you're bigger than and you think you could actually do what he does.
No, you could
Hell yeah,
You
I'm
could
excited
shave
about
his
it.
ass and put him in Home Alone 4. He's a little motherfucker.
But he led your receptions
But
last year in
you
yardage.
have to remember. I'd be
Over
be
Dez.
surprised if it wasn't Witten that led the receptions. But you might be
No.
right. You might be right. The only problem is
Witten was
but
four.
this is the way the NFL
Witten's
works.
100. Don't expect him to do anything. He's 100. He's dead.
I'm hoping he gives us one more.
I hope he dies. But that being said, he was the fourth.
Des Bryant would suck up half the defense. They also you had to stack against the run, so that's why Coles Beasley was doing what he's doing. Those linebackers were busy.
Who's that Ewok looking bitch running back they got?
Elliott?
Yeah, Zeke.
I was gonna say, don't say Morris because I'll fucking punch you. They got
No,
Alf
no.
too.
They got McFadden backing him up, and they've got your ex running back backing him up. What's his name?
Alfred
Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris. Every time he gets
I
in
love
there,
Alf.
he still looks good. I don't know what to say.
Love Alf.
I
Still
don't
looks good.
remember him putting up many numbers actually, because that was kind of the argument
Dude,
a lot
he
of
killed
people.
it for the Skins.
No. I remember the glory days with the Skins,
Yeah.
those first 2 years with RG&E. But when he went to Dallas, I remember a lot of people using that as the argument that Ewok Elliott was that fucking good, because when they had in McFadden and Morris, their yardage was just shit by comparison. But they might have been put into like wildly different situations.
Yeah,
Like, I
they
don't think it's the
definitely
most
were. And
accurate.
McFadden, I've never.
measure.
He used to be good. I
the
remember
Raiders,
watching
right?
him. Yeah, and I remember
Yeah.
watching with the Raiders, and he was good. But since I've seen him with the Cowboys, he still maintains a second spot. So I guess he looks good in practice, and he knows the plays.
Alfred's their
And he
third.
probably
Sad.
I'm surprised
He
Alfred
might
Morris
get-
is still staying there as a third.
He
Actually,
might get cut. Actually, they're talking about getting rid of him, which would be dumb in my opinion because he's a proven running back.
Every time I see him go in, he looks good to me. So I don't know.
But he's an old skin. I'm biased. I think he looks great, but they're saying that I don't know if they're paying him that much. I doubt it. But
No,
they
they're
said
not. I think they signed him
He's
to a
the number
one-year deal.
3.
No, it
back.
was like 2 years, but like $3 million or some shit. It was nothing.
Dude drives around a 626 Mazda from 1994.
Yeah, I love that
he's
shit.
okay with that.
That is a good bit. The shitty car bit is fine by me.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's the Cowboys for next year. I think.
Yeah, what's your? I guess we can get after this, but what is your hot take? I did that in air quotes. Your hot take
My not so hot
on
take
what's
is-
going on with the Cowboys next year.
I
Like,
think their defense is going to suck, but I think it won't matter because their offense is going to be so good. It'll overshadow it. They'll do what the Cowboys usually go 8-8 no matter what's going on. That's just like their
for what
MO.
last
They go
year?
there.
Like 14-2.
The last year they were fucking
13-3.
13-3. Last year they
Wow.
were awesome, but they're not a playoff team. I mean, look, Green Bay destroyed them for like 3 quarters, and then Dak Prescott made an incredible comeback to almost win that
I
game.
recall that fucking
But
game.
in the
yeah.
next game,
There's nothing more annoying than Dak Prescott, by the way.
oh come on, Romo's not more annoying than Dak Prescott. I thought they were getting better in terms of.
I
annoyingness.
hated both. I hate that you guys had from like such lower. Well, Dak was what, third?
4th.
Was he 4th rounder? Yeah,
Is
but
it?
not
Okay.
expected. It was total luck on the
And
Cowboys.
Romo
Yeah.
didn't even have to
Romo-
get
Romo
was
was look.
under
Romo was
opted.
never going to make it more than 3 games. He gets hurt every time he gets hit.
Yeah.
I mean that's just a fact. And they had no idea Prescott was going to be good.
But that team gave up shit for their quarterbacks.
Oh,
like
no, it
RG3 were down like, I don't know, 7? Was it 7 first-round picks we gave up? I think that's conservative, but in the ballpark.
It feels that way,
Ballpark.
John.
Yeah.
It feels that
The
way.
Cowboys just completely lucked out because they had no plan. It would have been like Sanchez would have been our starting quarterback. I mean that was
I
Jerry
remember
Jones's
that.
plan.
I
Just total
remember that.
denial.
I remember being completely hard, like at
Yeah.
one point in the offseason, like fucking Sanchez is going to start for them. This is the best thing ever. And then they throw in fucking Dak.
Kellen Moore, I think his name is. I think he's
Yeah,
the-
Kellen. Yeah. But it's hard not to, even as a Skins fan, say good for Dak.
Yeah, come on, you have to. Look,
Yes.
I don't like the Redskins, but I kind of like Kirk Cousins. He's a likable guy.
Yeah,
You know what I
everyone
mean?
needs to love him. He's fucking great.
You know what I like? I like Julie Cousins. She's better.
Yeah, Julie Cousins.
Because that's
is
why
great.
Kurt goes out there and plays so hard.
That
Go
is
back and bang his blonde wife back at home. Put some little Swiss Family Robinsons up in
But-
Julie.
I like Dak. I like what he did. He's not doing it again. Not in those numbers.
Well, he can't put those same numbers. What are you, 23-4, I think?
He-
23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I think that's what he
I
did.
think his percentage was like 5% of the times he threw the ball was a touchdown.
Yeah,
and
Yeah, that's
le-
how I console myself. That just freakish shit
it was freakish.
broke their
There's
way.
no way that can happen.
And he also ran with the ball well. He also
Well, that's not good.
Like a Nick Foles type thing, or is,
No, he won't be that bad.
Okay.
He just it won't. He'll still be good. It just won't be like
John,
that. I mean, that was ridiculous.
You put a NFL caliber quarterback in general behind that line,
oh yeah, I know.
they're gonna look.
You can take a
decent.
shit and read the
They're
Sunday
They're gonna be
paper,
a
like-
top
Well,
10.
not just that line.
Your
running
line,
backs and the receivers, they're all good. That whole
you
offense
could
is
have
good.
put Sanchez behind that line, and he
I
would have
don't
been a
think so.
top 50 quarterback.
No chance.
top 50.
Top 50, sure.
Yeah, top
He
15.
could have made top 50.
50%.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sanchez is
He
really
wouldn't have
fucking
butt
bad.
fumbled.
Like,
All he had to do is put it up a few times. You got Dez, you got Cole, you got is Jason dead yet? He died of old age.
Who?
Jason Witten.
Terrence Newman.
I can't believe he's still fucking
Or
playing.
Terrence Williams.
That's the thing.
Jason Witten is old enough to call the black players colored.
And-
It's awkward.
And why didn't they get a second wide receiver.
They did. They signed a
They're
guy from the
so-
Raiders,
No,
Riles. They signed him.
Bo Jackson.
No.
you
By
guys.
the way, side note, I didn't realize Bo Jackson was in the backfield with Marcus Allen. They had both of those guys at the same time.
Oh, did you watch that 91-yard touchdown?
Is
thing?
that
that
what
was
it's
fucking
from?
on. I saw that earlier today.
I was just on YouTube watching.
He had a 91-yard
was?
touchdown against the Seahawks.
and
that's
Allen
when
comes into the end zone and like gives him a hug.
No, this is the one where Allen just clocks the fucking guy covering, and then Bo just bursts on
Is
through,
that
like
what-
actually outruns his offensive line, who's like running to block for him, and then just runs into the tunnel. It was that touchdown.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
It
Classic
was
tunnel
fucking
run.
just amazing. Guy was like a goddamn gazelle.
No, yeah, he was ridiculous. Anyways, I think the Cowboys will be they'll be solid. You know what I mean? They'll do their
Give me a win loss.
10-6 losing the playoffs. I mean, I just don't think
I can live with that. I can live
I
with
just
that.
Win
don't
the
think
division?
They're probably
Our divi- 'cause you gotta
it's hard
think-
to say because
Giants got better. Skins questionably got better.
Hmm?
Questionably.
Yeah.
You get the draft. Their draft. Everyone agrees they killed the draft. They got Terrell Pryor. They got their first round draft pick coming back for wide receivers. Crowder's proven. They got one of the best tight ends in the league. They got Cousins coming back.
As much as I
Redskins
love,
always love their own tight ends more than everybody else.
You're going to tell me Jordan Reed isn't top 5 best in the league?
I'm
He's
going to
pretty
tell
good.
you Jordan Reed is not even close to the top 5 best tight ends. in the
You
league.
are
Well,
fucking.
I'm going to tell you right now
insane.
that
That's-
outside
that's
of the
the end of this
DMV,
show.
no one's heard of Jordan Reed.
that is the end of
All
this
right.
episode.
you have
Tell you that
never
right
played
now.
fantasy football.
No, I hate fantasy football because all I do is draft Cowboy players, and then I have to start rooting for them to
And
like.
that's why you're horrible at it.
I'm gonna give you an American flag to spit
I
on.
have to
while you're
start
committing
rooting for my
atrocities.
backup running back to score. I can't do fantasy football. But anyways, no one's ever heard of Jordan Reed. This
Everyone's
reminds
heard
me of
Jordan
who was the guy before him, the white guy, Chris Cooley.
Chris
This
Cooley.
reminds me of the Chris Cooley days where everyone used to swear up and down that Chris Cooley was one of the best tight ends in football.
He was good for a couple years.
He was a good
Yes, he
possession
was.
receiver.
He was good for a couple of years. Good
He was
ti-
like, didn't
a
he
qu-
come up after fucking Witten? And I was like, oh, we finally have like our doofy white tight end too. And he's now been out of the league like conservatively 5 goddamn years.
That's fine.
And Witten
he
is
was
still there.
Yeah, Witten is a beast. He's an absolute beast. He's slow.
No, Cooley existed so that every white girl could buy a Cooley jersey. That's it. That's fucking it.
Didn't he married a cheerleader? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Christy. Like pretty much he's fucking himself. Chrissy, I'm Chrissy. I'm gonna fuck Christy. Like it's so goddamn weird. Yeah, he was banging everything on 2 legs,
Good for him.
like behind her back, and then she started like fucking one of the trainers or something, and everyone's like, that goddamn whore. Like,
How does
why?
Ryan? How does Papa know all that?
I know
that
weird
is inside scoop.
shit.
You know who the cheerleaders are banging?
Yeah, they were
That
banging
is-
him. They were banging his Goldilocks.
That's awesome.
No, I actually,
Uh,
if you want to know, not that I think it's some state secret here, but a friend of mine has used to like own property in downtown Leesburg. Like there's a little fucking old town Leesburg area,
Uh-huh.
and he had the Cooley art gallery down
Yeah.
there.
Oh, it's
And
pottery.
he was-
it's
yeah,
a
and he was
side
just
pottery business. That's right.
Fucking ripping coos everywhere because why
NFL
why
tight end.
wouldn't you?
He
Yeah,
used,
exactly.
he used to nightly reenact the ghost scene,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and then they just bang on top of his
Yeah,
spinning wheel.
exactly. He would
Good for him.
put on a Whoopi Goldberg mask and
He's
then
still
hang out
on
with Demi
radio
Moore.
too. He's
No,
still,
yeah, he is.
He
And-
yeah.
Cooley was good for 2 years.
He was good. He wasn't no
better than your.
no offensive coordinators in the NFL were sitting around and going, man, if we could just get our
No,
hands
but
on another Cooley.
I-
And no one's right now going, man, if we could just get our hands on another Jordan Reed.
They are
It
though.
is
He
not
is
happening.
one of the best tight ends in football.
Jordan Reed
He's the
does
most
have better
athletic.
stats, I think. Than
He's 6'2". He's 250.
Because
He
having
you
good
can't put a
stats-
safety on him. You could put a linebacker on him.
no one's game planning around Jordan Reed.
Yes, they are.
Well, 'cause
when
he's
you play
injured.
when you play the Redskins.
It's not because he's injured. No one's game plan has changed now that Jordan Reed is
God, I wish you're Tony Romo. I'd break you in one little pinch.
Oh my
you
god.
fart on his spine.
I'd fart on your
Put him
spine
in a
and you die.
wheelchair.
Gronkowski. That is a top 5 tight end.
Gronk is a top.
Even Jason Witten is a top 10 still.
No, Jason Witten
Dude,
is
when you
not
need a
top
first
10.
down, if you're
Witten's
lining
good,
up
man.
double tight end with Jordan Reed and Jason Witten, you're
Yeah,
looking at
that's-
Witten first.
That's
Just
kind
don't-
of what drives me nuts about the Cowboys. They're able to do that like death by 1,000 cuts thing that New
Yeah.
England does using Beasley and Witten, where it's just like 3rd and 5. And you're like, they're probably gonna fucking get it, and I'm going to be angered.
no.
Witten's dumb.
They're awesome.
And
Well, Witten's old as shit.
Yeah, he's
but-
100.
yeah.
But he was still putting out last year. He was still making big play.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
There was no
have
big
the
plays.
old-
By
Oh,
him.
there was. Third down.
8-yard out is not a big play.
If you need a first down, it is.
It's not a. I can't believe we're discussing Reed against fucking Witten.
I mean, I have to pick the guy that doesn't ride a Stegosaurus to say. But
Oh, I'm not talking about if I was going to
If
draft
you're
someone for
talking
the next
about
10 years.
mismatches, you're talking about people that can catch. They're not 100. Reed can't be covered by safety. He cannot be covered by a linebacker unless he's trying to cover him. That's why Kirk Cousins is successful. When
well,
Reed's
shall
in.
we?
Yeah.
Shall we wrap it up, boys?
No, I
like
want to
that.
kill him on live on camera.
No.
I want to stab him with my pen.
All right, folks, that was Papa's Football Podcast. Show is at pfpod.com. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Papa's Basement. I just have one jumbled video source for everything. Jeff, wait, what? Jeff George? I
You're
don't know why he
50-50
came
on
out.
that one, by the way.
Jay Sank. Jay, is there anything you want to plug coming up? A Twitter handle, any shit, any
Yeah, I want
appearances
to
in the
plug
area?
the Cowboys 2017
Fuck you.
victory tour.
Fuck you. All right, Brian Bolte, anything you want to plug?
I do. You know, normally I do my Twitter. I joined Instagram recently, and I have no followers. At Choke on Ritalin on Instagram.
At Choke on Ritalin. I follow you, right? Or do I big time the shit out of you?
I don't know. You follow me.
I think I
We're good,
follow
right?
you. Yeah.
We're good.
I
Yeah.
think I have an Instagram account.
All right.
Why don't you follow me?
I will.
cocksucker?
I am John Papa Giorgio. If you want me, it's at Papa's Basement on
I
Twitter
want you.
and Instagram. And we are out of here. We're out of here. And